Hey folks, it's Dr. Rowe here. Hope you're well. I'm in my office. It's cold, so hence I've got my hat on, keeping my little ears warm and my bald head warm. So if you can see directly above me, you should see. Let me just duck out of the way for a minute. You should see an image there, as you can see, of two people communicating from their laptops, their computers, which of course is a huge subject area right now. We're doing it a lot. I think most of you, at some point in this last year, since we went into a global lockdown, national lockdown, I think most of you will have had at least one of these type of conversations. Hey, good to see you, Jitesh. So, look, we're in a new world, we're in a new era of communication, and we cannot get away from it as much as we might actually get frustrated or feel like completely just bog-eyed being in front of a computer for long periods of time. The reality is we are communicating like this more. How are we doing it? Meetings, interviews, us interviewing somebody else interviewing us, getting onto social media like this, presenting in front of audiences. I do 3 straight days, literally looking into a camera, 8-9 hours a day. It's pretty intense. And so what I wanted to do is share something with you. Actually, I've spotted a lot of mistakes that people are making when it comes to their communication. And what they don't realize is it's losing them business. It's getting people to maybe not trust them as much. It may not be getting meetings to be as productive, or possibly even getting people to push away a little bit. And oddly enough, some of the people I'm seeing doing it actually have got a pretty good message. How you doing, Faisal? How you doing, man? It's good to see you. Sorry, I'm seeing some of these messages come up. So I want to share this with you, and hopefully you'll understand the key point I want to make here. First of all, this whole thing about talking to somebody remotely, I know people believe that at least it's keeping a connection, but actually it doesn't always keep a connection, because not everybody knows how to communicate effectively through the camera. So I'm going to give you 3 tips. Let me see if I can pull them up for you now. I did type them up just before I went live with this, so bear with me, and they should come up on the screen. It's nice to see some of you give me a wave. Okay, so look, I'm sure you've already seen this, but one of the classic mistakes people make is how they frame the camera. So when I bring a guest on to one of my events, I'll see, and so they're sometimes like this. Hi, everybody. It's me here, and you can see the top of their head, or possibly it's that way around where they're too close, or it might be they're off somewhere like this, or they might be above looking down at the camera, or they might be like this looking up at the camera. I mean, a classic one is this, isn't it? It's that sort of, it's not framed correctly, and they're sort of talking to the other person like that. Now, look, it's not the end of the world, but in the same way, a great photographer will have the 3rd rule, for example, where you can frame a photograph. See if I can do it here. Look, if you can frame a photograph like that, it has this sort of width off, is it that side to that side, and you give a sort of a sense of the environment that you're in. That gives that depth to the other person. Now, that doesn't necessarily come into play here. It's good for interview type shots, by the way. When I'm teaching people about communication, doing interviews and things like that, I'm coaching them. We talk about how it's going to be framed and how you want to look. Do you want to be sort of like that, looking into the camera? That's a whole bunch of other stuff I do on another program that I run. But the whole point here is, on a Zoom call, that isn't necessarily needed. So somewhere centrally and about here is a really good position. Now, I haven't got time to talk about hands today at this type of thing, because that is really important. But the first thing is get your frame right. Let them get a sense of your face, because there's so many telltale signs when it comes to the face. The face is like this incredible, if you want to go into mind reading, just by a movement of a muscle around an eye, or a nasal, the nose doing this, or a lip doing that, or where we look, etc. Give lots of clues away. On my Communication with Impact program, we do a whole thing on mind reading, which is amazing. People get blown away by it. So just think about this tomorrow. If you've got any meetings, any Zoom calls, just take a few minutes to set the camera up. Frame back here is okay, but it depends what you're trying to do. And of course, many of you might be creating products as well. I've got a boom mic here. That's something you've got to consider, which is separate. So if I come all the way back to here, this is a nice spot. This is a sweet spot. You can see me, you get a sense of the face. Many of you know my face. And at the end of the day, it's important that the person you're communicating with feels comfortable. So that comes to eye contact. Now, this is the big one I want to get across here. People screw up with this. I'm sorry, but they do. And interestingly enough, what I've noticed is that the people that struggle to do this on Zoom, if you took them from a Zoom meeting or a team meeting or whatever it is, and you took them into a face-to-face meeting, they actually do something similar. So I'm not going to say names, but there's a few people I've seen recently that I know this is their nature, and that's fine. I mean, that's how they are. In a face-to-face situation, sometimes they won't look directly at the person they're talking to. But when that translates to the camera, now we're in a different place because it is a magnifying glass. You know, you'll be looking at things like, for example, you know, have I got an eyebrow sticking down here? Have I got something on my chin? So there's all sorts of things that our face gives away. Now, one of the things when it comes to a Zoom call is being mindful of where you look. So I know people that are like doing this. They're saying, yeah, one of the things we'll be doing is this, yeah, and it's great because we'll be doing that. And then it's really important. I actually believe this, and they're talking away. And if I was talking to you like this, after a while, you'd think, well, why the f isn't Dr. Rowe looking at me? Now, of course, looking at here does not help either because I'm now looking down at that. That's a very different experience for the viewer. So it's a shift from here to here, and the camera becomes you. So as in the person that you're communicating with. So them, if you look at my CWI system, I have you, them, and the environment. And we're kind of touching all those right now, aren't we? Thinking about what I'm doing, but I'm also then them, I'm looking at you, the other person, and I'm going right. So I'm talking to the camera like it's you. That level of eye contact is really important. Because if you want to make an important message to somebody, and you go, this is a really important message. Yeah, I mean, look, I've got to tell you that in the years that I've been doing this or communicating with other people, one of the things I found it's so important to look in their eyes and really engage with them. And yet I'm not doing it myself. So it's important to swing it back to here and look straight and clock them there. So that's a massive tip. The third thing, and if you look at the system that I have, my communication system, I've got these 8 elements, these 8 really key components that sit in the whole system. And one of them is connection. So it's about being open, it's about being authentic, it's about being relaxed, it's about being yourself. And, you know, I think people are getting better with that actually now. They're getting more comfortable with coming onto these Zoom meetings and having these conversations. But, you know, it's still important to get a connection with people. Even if it's a minute or two before the meeting starts, it's just, how's everybody going? Because often you'll see it's like everybody's there and it's weird because they're all in their own worlds. Have you noticed this? You go into a meeting and people are like, yeah, is Jimmy not here yet? Okay, right. Yeah. And of course, if it's a lot of people, you can't always see everybody on there. Yep. Ah, yeah. Is this making any sense? Who's had that situation? There's like this. It's like the lift situation. You get in the lift and everybody's like, 7. Could you floor 7, please? And you're just watching it. Everybody's waiting for Jimmy to come into the meeting. It's hysterical to watch. So get that connection. This is so important. And be mindful of that type of frame, which is a little bit too intense. Personally, I think this is quite a good one because it does allow me, if I wanted to, use my hands. And eye contact, eye contact, eye contact. Absolutely critical. So give me a thumbs up if that's useful. It's something, you know, I'm doing a lot of work with a couple of new speakers at the moment, and it's fascinating to watch body language. You know, we could even start talking about torso movement, you know, how we protect ourselves, little hand gestures we do, breaths that are taken at certain moments, in or out, can give a lot of clues to how somebody is. So hopefully this is useful. I'm seeing a few waves over there, so that's great. Can I just say as well, if you haven't seen it, we're running a really low cost workshop. It's like 15 quid or something like that. Go and have a look at the link below. I'm not sure. I think I put it in somewhere here. We've got 3 dates. That's it. I'm just running 3 dates. Come and join me. It's amazing. This is just, you know, remember, there's all these different components in the communication system. Well, this is just one of the tiny elements of the whole thing and how we slot it all together. So I'll be taking people through some really powerful tips, whether it's for business, whether it's for something like this, maybe for your parenting, which I know for a lot of people is quite challenging at the moment, relationships, entrepreneur, if you're a property investor watching this, maybe securing angels, getting some tips there as well. It's pretty full on, I have to say. You know, it's going to be interactive. There's going to be some interactive exercises as well. And it's a lot of fun. It's 3 hours. I think I've got 2 of the dates, I think, are morning dates, and then one of them is an evening date, but you'll have to double check on that. So hopefully I'll see you. Have a look at the link there, and this was useful. I better sign off. Keep warm over here. Don't know how you guys, I was driving, it's like -4 in the car to get to the office this evening. All right, have a good evening. Take care.